Yeah, down.
لا ميت هدي خلينا هدي
جاز
What is sarin? Sarin is a man-made neurotoxin which was first used as a pesticide in Germany in 1938. It is classified as a nerve agent and has recently been used in chemical attacks in the Middle East. Sarin as a nerve agent can be very volatile and fast-acting on the human body because in the way that it works. Sarin is deployed as a gas and can be absorbed into the body through the skin, lungs, or mouth. Nerve agents like sarin are similar to insecticides. However, nerve agents are much more potent. One reason why sarin is so deadly is in its chemical structure. Sarin is a highly toxic organophosphate. It is colorless, has no smell, and is very small, which makes it a highly volatile liquid. In chemical warfare, it is deployed as a gas. The molecule contains a fluorine atom, which is very reactive. This fluorine will bind with the active site of the enzyme acetylcholine esterase, which is responsible for breaking down acetylcholine into choline and acetic acid. In all animals, movement of the limbs is controlled by the nervous system. The nervous system has nerves, which are like electrical wires that carry electrical signals from the brain to different parts of the body. These nerves carry signals to our muscles which help us breathe and move and stay alive. Unlike electrical wires, there is a gap, called a neuromuscular junction, at the site where nerves meet the muscles. In this gap, we find molecules called neurotransmitters that flow from the nerve cell to the muscle cell. Acetylcholine is the neurotransmitter for our muscles and is found in the neuromuscular junction. Acetylcholine is responsible for contraction of the muscle cells. If I make a fist, then it is acetylcholine that is allowing me to contract my hand into a ball and keep it closed tight. Acetylcholine esterase is an enzyme whose sole responsibility is to break down acetylcholine into choline, which is recycled back into the nerve cell, and acetic acid, which is basically vinegar. Acetylcholine esterase breaks the acetylcholine molecule at the single bonded oxygen and binds with the broken piece. Afterwards, water comes in and breaks away this molecule and makes acetic acid. This results in the relaxation of the muscle cell because there is no acetylcholine in the neuromuscular junction that can act on the muscle cell and cause contraction. In other words, with acetylcholine esterase, I can relax my hand out of a clenched fist. In the same sense, acetylcholine esterase allows me to relax my diaphragm muscle so I can breathe out after breathing in. Because acetylcholine esterase has an active site, sarin is able to react with it. Sarin has a fluorine attached to it. This fluorine is a lot more reactive than the oxygen in the acetylcholine molecule. When sarin enters into the neuromuscular junction, it reacts with acetylcholine esterase and attaches itself into the active site of the enzyme. Water is unable to break this bond and the enzyme can no longer break down other acetylcholine molecules. This results in muscle tremors, muscle twitching, and eventual constant contraction of muscle cells, called tetanus. This can be deadly as it can lead to death by suffocation. One deadly aspect of sarin is its lethal dose. The lethal dose is the dose required to kill a person. For sarin, it is extremely small, about 35 milligrams per cubic meter of air. This makes sarin about 28 times more lethal than mustard gas, and it makes sarin 543 times more lethal than chlorine gas. Another aspect of sarin is that it's a gas, and it is very hard to control who gets hit. Most of the time, innocent children are the victims of gas attacks. This is because gas can travel far with air currents and cover more area, which include civilian populations. What happens if there is a gas attack? How can you treat the victims? If there is an exposure, you need to remove the patient from the gas, remove the clothes, and start flushing the patient with water. The antidote is atropine and polydioxine chloride, and needs to be injected into the patient within a few minutes to a few hours after exposure.